Hello everyone and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today we'll be covering the new film from Steven Soderbergh, Kimi, which is streaming exclusively on HBO Max. Does the king of independent cinema provide anything new and fresh to what on paper sounds like a tired premise? Let's talk about it. Kimi is directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Coep. It stars Zoe Kravitz, Erica Christensen, and Rita Wilson. A tech worker with agoraphobia discovers recorded evidence of a violent crime, but is met with resistance when she tries to report it. Seeking justice, she must do the thing she fears the most. She must leave her apartment. I'd like to start this review off with a quick question to Hollywood. What is up with this recent obsession with the agoraphobic women witnessing murder subgenre? This Rear Window-inspired storyline is getting really tired really quick. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's move on to Steven Soderbergh's new thriller Kimi, which is basically the woman in the window, but with an Alexa-type device that captures the murder instead. Now, I appreciate that writer David Coep is trying to bring a little something new here with the technology and hacking aspect, but besides that, we have seen this all before and done so much better. I have a lot of issues with Kimi, but I'd like to start off with the positives. Soderbergh always knows how to spruce up a film, and with such a generic plot, this project severely needed his artistic eye. He fills the film with disorienting angles and kinetic tracking shots that make the movie feel more exciting than it actually is. I also appreciate Cliff Martinez's nerve-inducing score. The composer also worked on Soderbergh's Oscar-winning Traffic and Nicholas Winding Refn's Drive. I think his sensibilities fit this type of bare-bones action thriller quite well. And unfortunately, that's really all I have to say regarding what I liked about Kimi. So, let's get into the movie's many flaws. Although Zoe Kravitz has proven herself to be a magnetic performer, and I am excited to see what she brings to the Catwoman role, Angela is just not a very likable or interesting character. Yes, she's agoraphobic, has weird tics about her, and has commitment issues, but besides that, we're not really given much in the way of character development, so you're left not really caring a whole lot about what happens to her. As for the rest of the cast, I've noticed with some of Soderbergh's more low-budget films, but some of the acting feels very off and inauthentic, taking you out of the action. And I really cannot get past the fact that this movie feels like the most basic, scaled-back version of what it could have been. We've seen this story told 1,000 times, and it honestly goes absolutely nowhere. The only thing making Kimi remotely stand out from the crowd is the blue hair that Angela dons, which they've done a really good job of promoting in the marketing. But that's it. That's literally it. The one thing the flick has going for it. Blue hair. The only way I can wrap my head around how and why the director of Traffic and the writer of Jurassic Park, Spider-Man, and Mission Impossible thought that this was a worthy movie to spend their time on is that they were bored to tears during the pandemic. This was very clearly filmed during lockdown or when filming restrictions were heightened, as most of the movie's main conversations happen over FaceTime. And many of the problems that have plagued pandemic-era films are glaringly obvious here, maybe even to more of an extent than a lot of the others. It seems rushed, limited in its production values, and so bare bones that there's not much of anything resembling substance. And when the credits appeared, I sat there in my seat in pure shock. Was that really all there was to this film? And what exactly was the point? The answer I finally came up with is that Kimi absolutely has no point, at least for the audience. It was clearly just a project to pass the time for its cast and crew until restrictions started to lift. Luckily, Warner Brothers was smart enough to release this film solely on HBO Max, because if I had trekked out to the theater and paid money to see this, I would have been very, very angry. So I will be giving Kimi 1.5 blue wigs out of 5. A basic and bare-bones action thriller that has no action or thrills and will leave you wondering what the actual point of its existence is. Kimi is a pandemic-era movie that should have took its agoraphobic character's lead by staying locked away and never seeing the light of day. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel and my scathing review for Kimi. What were your thoughts on the film? Do you think I was too hard on it, or do you agree that it literally lacks any purpose? Sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, my friends, take care.